Okay, guys, welcome back to my channel. Here I am again, getting ready to do another movie review. At least that's the rumor. So today I'm gonna be reviewing the film this way. Last Night in Soho. Yep. Why? Because I just saw it in theaters, and why did I do that? Because the trailer had Anya Taylor-Joy, and it was directed by Edgar Wright, who also did Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and Hot Fuzz, and Shaun of the Dead. So if you get a chance, check those movies out. So anyways, this movie is really, really good. It's a horror movie, kinda. I guess you could say it's a horror movie, but it's like more of like a thriller, you know? Yeah, this movie, it reminds, if Alfred Hitchcock, okay? Alfred Hitchcock was alive today, he would have directed Last Night in Soho. Yeah. This movie is that good. It's intriguing. It's suspenseful. Alfred Hitchcock once said, to create suspense in a movie, you put two guys, two girls, whatever, two people in a room. You show the audience that there's a bomb underneath the table. And then you know what? You don't show it for the rest of the film until the end. Just like the whole time the audience is watching this movie, they know there's a bomb underneath the table and just they're waiting for it to go off.
Nobody move. Stay where you are, everybody.
What is it?
I have to go to the can again. I don't want to miss nothing.
That's what Last Night in Soho does. This thing is suspenseful. It's scary, terrifying, and it's mysterious. It's intelligent. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's got a slow build-up. It keeps building steam the whole way until finally at the end, bam! There's a scene at the end of this movie, and it's in the climax, where it's one of those scenes where you just like, you know, through the whole movie you're thinking, okay, what does this mean? What is that for? It's like, you know, why is it going with this direction? What's that for? Okay, spoiler alert. Sorry, I'll just give you a little taste, all right? Just a little taste. How come she's seeing ghosts? Okay, yeah, there's ghosts in this.
If you can hear us, give us a sign.
Right, there you go. Yeah, all these questions are going on in your mind. Meantime, you're like, you know, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And then all of a sudden, at the end, like the climax where everything comes together, and it does. Wow. Yeah, it was. It's that person. Yeah. So, anyways, this movie is really good, and it tests your wits. It puts you at your wits' end. It really does.
You pit your wits with me, little man, and you won't have your wits to pit with. Know what I mean?
Sam, you're spitting on the nerves.
Sorry, old lady.
Fucking 90 degrees in December 2nd in California. It's a horror movie in itself. Yeah, I mean, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Because and you get that feeling, this movie gives you the feeling that if you leave, you're going to miss something important. Because every scene has something important a clue as to what's happening. And yeah, it's a horror movie. And yeah, there's no werewolves in this. Sorry. There's no vampires, okay? And there's no zombies for it to be a horror movie. And surprisingly enough, Samuel Jackson's not in this. He doesn't have even a cameo.
See? I could be a motherfucking role model.
Which is surprising because, you know, Samuel Jackson, like, he turns up in everything. He just does. So anyways, yeah, he's not in this either. There are jump scares.
Please, asshole!
There's a couple. All right, there's a couple of jump scares in here. Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of like a Brian De Palma film, like Body Double. Brian De Palma's Body Double, Dressed to Kill. Even like this old movie from the 70s called The Eyes of Laura Mars with the stars Faye Dunaway and Tommy Lee Jones, where she's this like fashion photographer and she starts to see through the killer's eyes during the course of the movie. Like she sees him like killing these fashion models, which, you know, leads her to help the police in catching him. The plot to Last Night in Soho. Eloise is this girl. She dreams of becoming a fashion designer. So she saves up money and she buys tickets and, you know, goes to London to this fashion school, and she wants to learn fashion. She wants to be a fashion designer, even though some of her fashions are a bit outdated. At least that's what her classmates think of her. I'm not sure. I'm not one for fashion, as you can tell. So yeah, but it was, yeah, they think they're a bit outdated. Yeah, and they start to, like, they make fun of her, they bully her, and those movies where, the lead character, the girl, she goes into the women's restroom, and she's in there, and she's in a stall, and then the other girls come in, right? And they start talking about her, and not unaware that she's in there with them, because she's in her own little, stall. And and they start to say bad things about her behind her back. So it's...
Heather, why can't we talk to different kinds of people?
Fuck me gently with the chainsaw.
Yeah, so they're bullies, and so she eventually decides to leave the dormitory at the fashion school in London in the 60s and go into this, move into a bed and breakfast just down the road. This bed and breakfast that is owned and operated by this sweet old little lady.
Would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
Who just happens to be played by the actress Diana Rigg. Yeah, Diana Rigg's in this movie. Yeah, she is. You'll know Diana Rigg. She was in the James Bond film On Her Majesty's Secret Service. But sadly enough, she died. She left us back in 2020. Yeah, God rest her soul. She was a great actress. She was also in TV's The Avengers. But anyway, she plays this nice, sweet little old lady that takes in Eloise so she can stay there, and she go to fashion designer school. And she tells the lady to pay rent, she'll get a job, and she'll make rent, blah, blah, blah. While she's there, she begins to have these visions, or like dreams, if you will. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. She dreams that she's this character named, this person named Sandy back in the 60s.
Sandy?
And Sandy has dreams of becoming a singer back in the 60s. So Sandy goes to this nightclub. Eloise, I guess in the dreams they kind of occupy the same body. And because in scenes they do this really cool mirror trick where when Sandy walks down the stairs in the 60s, Eloise sees herself in the mirror reflection. So it's like she's like living through Sandy in the 60s in her dreams. Yeah, and Sandy goes to this club, and she's met by Jack, who's played by Matt Smith. By the way, Sandy's played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
My God, I know her.
Yeah, Jack gets her into this club, promises her, to get her an audition. She auditions. Let me tell you, Anya Taylor-Joy can sing, folks. She can sing. In this one, she does kind of like this throaty, kind of like lounge jazzy singing voice, and she sings the song Downtown in the movie. You've never heard Downtown sung like this, ladies and gentlemen. Anya Taylor-Joy, if I had a hat, my hat'd be off to you. I only thought you can act, Anya Taylor-Joy. Wow, you can sing too? And you're gorgeous? Wow. Yeah, so Eloise is dreaming of this, and she can't believe she's like living this fabulous life through this girl named Sandy in her dreams. And she meets this boy at the fashion designing school in London, and he kind of like takes a liking to her. He wants to get to know her better, and he invites her out to go hang with her classmates and him, but she denies him. Oh no, I want to go back and go to sleep and dream of Sandy and her world. She turns down going out and having fun just to go back to her bed and breakfast and dream, enter the dream world. But, and here it comes, these dreams, they take a turn for the worst. And when they do, that's when she starts to see the ghosts. Not just in her dreams, but she starts seeing them in real life too. They just start popping up. Yeah. While she's, doing all this, and she gets a job downstairs at this bar down the street, and there's this creepy guy she notices out of the corner of her eye that keeps staring at her. Yeah, who's played by Terrence Stamp, who himself, the guy just looks creepy. Have you seen Terrence Stamp in any movies? Tell me I'm wrong. He looks creepy. I wouldn't want to live in a house where my next door neighbor on this side is Terrence Stamp. Then over here I got this fucking John Malkovich looking dude. and across the street I got like an Anthony Perkins looking motherfucker, I'd be out of there. I don't care. I'd fucking go homeless. I'd live in my car. She finally decides, you know what? I need a, I'm afraid to go. She's afraid to go back to the bed and breakfast because she's afraid to dream. So this time the boyfriend, they go back to her hotel because she's afraid to be alone there. Yeah, it's their first date, and they go back to her room at the bed and breakfast. They start talking, and
Let's see. How shall I put this?
yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't know how to put this.
Well, just put it.
He took it out.
Something weird happens. Yeah, right then and there, like out of nowhere.
He what?
He took it out.
Yeah, something weird happens.
He took it out?
Yes, sirree, Bob.
Even with the landlady downstairs.
You mean he just...
Yes.
She discovers what's going on. She kicks the guy out. I'll leave the plot there. You can find out for yourself what happens next. So, but anyways, yeah, so let's get back to the characters. The character of Eloise is played by Thomasin McKenzie, the main character. To me, she was miscast. That's the only problem I have with this movie. Yeah, really. She was. I didn't really call for any type of age. I mean, she has to be kind of young, like, I guess, like, fresh out of college, that type of age level. And I guess Thomasin McKenzie, I don't know, at the filming of this movie, she was 20 years old, or 19, or 21, somewhere around there. Her voice, it says, it speaks like 11 years old, 12 years old. Her voice really sounds like a 12-year-old that should have starred in Pippi Longstocking. It's like, it doesn't match the character.
I most certainly do not understand.
Edgar Wright, you should have got an actress with just a little bit more maturity. A little bit more maturity. Yeah, for, actress Emma Watson comes to mind. She always comes to mind. Yeah, she's British. Emma Watson's British. She could have pulled it off. They could have made her look a little bit younger with makeup and stuff. I mean, Emma Watson looks young anyways, Yeah, plus Emma Watson, her from the Harry Potter movies. She played Hermione Granger. She would have been good in the role. I know she would, because she's a fabulous actress. And not only that, but, and not only is she British, but she would have added that little touch of maturity.
I'm not fucking around!
I don't know if it requires it, but it needed somebody more mature than Thomasin McKenzie. Yeah, it just, irked me. It irked me. Isabella Sermon. Yeah, she's another actress that could have played Eloise. You know her from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. She's used to running around terrified and acting horrified at the things taking place around her and running away from things that want to, kill her. Haley Steinfeld. I could have easily seen Haley Steinfeld in this movie. Haley Steinfeld. Not Seinfeld. And she was in Edge of 17 with Woody Harrelson. Love that movie. But anyways, she could have played Eloise.
Maybe. Nobody likes you.
You're a dick.
Let's talk about Sandy, played by, Anya Taylor-Joy. She was in M. Night Shyamalan's movie Split and the sequel called Glass. She was in both. And then she was in this TV show made for Netflix, an original series called The Queen's Gambit. She's magnificent as Sandy. Of course, she's gorgeous. And there's so much depth to the character of Sandy that Anya Taylor-Joy brings, and you find out the end too. Wow. She does a acting coup de grace. What I liked about it is I can see myself as Sandy.
I like to wear women's clothes.
No, I don't mean that way, okay? No, that's not right. I can see myself inside, no, I can identify with what she's feeling. There. The twist, you do not see this coming. Everything at the end of the movie, it leads you here. It's got one of those movie moments when you're sitting in your seat going, fuck, it's haha, you thought I was gonna say who it was. And you don't see it coming. It's like getting slapped in the face. It's like swan diving into a pool full of jello. Matt Smith is in it. He plays Doctor Who, and he was Doctor Who. He's in Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. And they gave him this, pompadour. Am I saying that right? Pompadour? Pompadour? No. What the fuck is Pompadour? Slow down, Rich. Pompadour. I want that hair. I want Matt Smith's hair in Last Night in Soho. But, he was really good. So yeah, that's it. That's my review. Anyways, yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe. It really, really, really does help out my channel. It's not, you don't even have to get up. It's like, it's right there. It's a button. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Or if it's nighttime, I hope you get a good sleep tonight. And hopefully, I will catch you guys later.